In a crowded hall where chess enthusiasts had gathered to watch a grandmaster showcase his brilliance, the atmosphere buzzed with anticipation. Among the spectators sat a simple woman, dressed modestly, her presence almost unnoticed in the sea of eager faces. The grandmaster, known for his charm as much as his skill, decided to entertain the crowd with a playful gesture. With a confident smile, he invited the woman to sit across from him at the board, framing it as a harmless joke to lighten the mood. The audience chuckled, expecting a quick and effortless win, a moment of amusement before the real games resumed. As she took her seat, her hands trembled slightly, but her eyes carried a calmness that contrasted with her unassuming appearance. The grandmaster made his opening move with a flourish, sure of the outcome. Yet the woman responded with a quiet precision that drew a murmur from the crowd. Each move she made was deliberate, thoughtful, and unexpectedly sharp. What began as light-hearted banter soon shifted into a silent duel, the clattering of pieces echoing like thunder in the suddenly hushed room. The grandmaster leaned forward, his confident grin fading into concentration. He studied her, trying to read her strategy, but her replies came swift and exact, each counter dismantling his carefully laid traps. The spectators, once laughing at the odd pairing, now leaned in with wide eyes, realizing they were witnessing something extraordinary. Move by move, the balance of power on the board shifted, and for the first time that evening, the grandmaster seemed unsettled. When the woman finally delivered checkmate, the room froze. The silence was heavy, broken only by the sharp exhale of the grandmaster as he leaned back in disbelief. Then, a wave of applause erupted, not mocking but filled with admiration. She rose from her chair quietly, offering him a respectful nod, her expression humble and serene. Few knew that she had once been a regional champion who gave up her passion to raise a family, her talent hidden away in the folds of ordinary life. What began as a joke ended as a lesson, not only for the grandmaster but for everyone present. The room was silenced not by defeat, but by the reminder that greatness often hides where no one expects to find it. The applause lingered long after she stepped away from the table, her modest figure blending once again into the crowd. Yet every pair of eyes followed her, as if afraid to miss a glimpse of the woman who had just humbled a master. The grandmaster himself rose, his pride bruised but his spirit sharpened. He extended his hand toward her retreating figure, calling her back with unexpected respect. For the first time that night, his tone carried no arrogance, only sincerity. She hesitated but turned, her calm gaze meeting his. The spectators, sensing a moment beyond competition, fell silent once more. The grandmaster invited her to play another round, not for entertainment, not for show, but for the pure love of the game. This time there was no laughter, no dismissive air, only reverence for the quiet force that had stunned them all. She agreed with a gentle nod and took her seat once more. The second game unfolded like a dance. The grandmaster played with everything he had, no longer underestimating her. His moves were fierce, calculated, brimming with the energy of a man determined to prove himself. Yet she remained steady, her expression unchanged, her responses flowing with an elegance that spoke of years spent mastering the game in silence. Every move revealed not just skill, but a deep understanding of patience and foresight, qualities learned through life's trials as much as through chess. The game stretched longer, the tension in the room thickening with every exchange. Neither side gave way easily. The crowd sat spellbound, breathing in unison, as if the pieces on the board carried the weight of their own destinies. When at last the match ended in a draw, the hall erupted with cheers, louder and more heartfelt than before. The grandmaster stood, bowing slightly to her, an act that spoke louder than words. "You remind us," he said softly, "that true strength wears no titles." His admission rippled through the audience, leaving a profound silence behind the applause. The woman smiled faintly, her humility unshaken, and disappeared into the crowd as quietly as she had arrived. Yet her presence lingered in every heart, a story to be told for years, of the day a simple woman silenced a room, not with power or fame, but with brilliance hidden in plain sight. That night, the story of the mysterious woman spread beyond the hall. Spectators whispered about her as they left, each retelling the moment with awe, as though they had witnessed history being written. News of the encounter reached journalists who had attended the event, and soon the tale found its way into local papers and beyond. Headlines spoke of the unknown challenger, who had matched wits with a grandmaster and walked away with dignity, leaving behind a silence that echoed louder than victory. The grandmaster himself could not shake the memory. For all his years of playing against champions, it was this game that lingered in his thoughts. He replayed her moves in his mind long after the crowd dispersed, recognizing a depth of strategy that spoke of wisdom far beyond the board. He realized that what had humbled him was not simply her skill, but the life etched into every choice she made, the patience of a mother, the endurance of a worker, the quiet confidence of someone who had lived without applause. Meanwhile, the woman returned to her simple life, untouched by the sudden wave of attention. She did not seek recognition or fame. Her world was still filled with the ordinary rhythms of daily chores, family meals, and quiet evenings. To her, the game was not about proving anything to others. It was a moment of returning to something she once loved, a fleeting spark of who she used to be. Yet to those who had witnessed it, she became a legend, a living reminder that greatness can dwell in the most unassuming of places. Weeks later, the Grand Master arranged a small, private exhibition and sent her a personal invitation. This time, it was not a joke, nor a spectacle, it was respect. She accepted, but when she arrived, she brought with her a quiet smile and no intention of becoming anyone's rival. Instead, she offered to teach children gathered at the event, showing them that chess was not just about winning, but about patience, foresight, and balance. The Grand Master watched, humbled again, as the children's eyes lit up under her guidance. Her story did not end with trophies or fame, but with inspiration. For those who witnessed her brilliance, she became a symbol of hidden strength and the truth that talent, no matter how quietly carried, has the power to stop even the loudest room in silence.